into the finale of building the Battle of Endor in LEGO. This is the 7th week and the finale week of this MOC series. We've been working on it very hard. A general overview and kind of information about the MOC. It is 3 grade base plates by 3 grade base plates. Really cool that we were able to make it this big. It is the biggest MOC I've ever built on this channel, and just in general. Me and my brother have been working on it very hard. It's the first MOC we've ever completed. Hopefully there's more to come in the future, but this one's going to be up for a while. There is actually 5 LEGO Star Wars sets that are in this MOC that are kind of slightly modified. Like the Endor bunker set has been kind of moved around, you know, refurbished for what we needed the shape and size to be. But there are 2 ATSTs there that we borrowed from our cousin Dennis. Huge shout out to him. He also has a lot of minifigures in this MOC. We have the ATST Hauler there, really underrated LEGO set. And then the Tadarian Shuttle, which is a really cool LEGO set. So you guys, that's kind of the general information. There's also 4 like big trees in this MOC. That's really exciting that we were able to get 4 in there. Like I said, brown pieces tend to crack, and we don't have a lot of them, so we kind of had to just use what we had in this MOC. There's also 7 speeders in this MOC, about 70 minifigures. About half of them are stormtroopers, the rest are Endor, Ewoks, and Darth Vader, Luke, a couple officers and whatnot. Another thing you guys may notice that there's a couple Ewoks, like of these like flying things in the MOC. That's really cool. That's, I believe, from the Endor set as well. But that's the general information, guys, so let's hop into it. So starting on this side of the MOC, guys, we have the landing pad portion. It has changed a lot throughout this MOC series. We kind of experimented with a lot of ideas, but we ended up kind of leveling it off because we figured the shuttle was coming in for landing. So we had to kind of leave it open, kind of pretending like it is going to land. So that was something we had to incorporate it. We also used a lot of cargo materials from, I believe, some Naboo sets, some Y-Wing sets, just to kind of mix it up. These kind of slots that I built here are specifically designed for this kind of cargo stuff to kind of just drop right into there like it's charging or something like that. So that was a really cool detail we were able to incorporate into this MOC. We do have like a fueling area there. There's a down speeder there. The pilot has died. A couple other officers at this control panel. A couple stormtroopers running out to the battle. Maybe they fell behind or something. The ATSTs just has a ramp that came down, so you can pretend maybe the stormtrooper came from there or something like that. But that is the landing pad portion of this MOC. One thing I actually forgot to mention about the landing pad is that there's some water details that are running throughout this kind of bottom part. So that's really cool. But let's move on to the next part, guys, which is kind of this back part terrain. This is a really kind of like swampy-ish area. A lot of dark orange, dark brown, dark green. We kind of wanted to look messy, like it was just a random part of the forest. The 2 speeder chase scene, or the 2 speeders in this chase scene are right here. That's a really cool part of that MOC and movie, I should say, that we wanted to incorporate into this MOC, and we were able to do that pretty successfully, I think. So let me guys know what you think about that scene down below. But that was really cool. We built some like kind of pathways or like crevices and whatnot leading up to the path, which is the next part of the video we'll get to. But moving in the back, guys, we do have a crash speeder next to this really impressive tree that my brother was able to recreate. Definitely a really cool tree. That is the tallest tree of the bunch, which is cool. And going around here, guys, we got some more grass details. Then we have one of my favorite scenes from the movie is when these kind of Ewoks are throwing these rocks at these stormtroopers that are kind of walking through this area, going after them. So that's a really cool detail that I was able to incorporate in there. We also got some nice kind of crevices in the trees to make it look like the Ewoks have crawled there. On top of the tree, we also have that thing. No idea what it's called, but if you guys know, let me know. But that was really cool. We also built this hill here. Really enjoyed how that kind of turned out. Worked really hard on kind of getting that shape together. We got some Ewoks that are on this ATST here. That was a really fun detail to kind of put it in like they're kind of dragging on there. This ATST's looking like it's about to shoot these Ewoks right there, so about to get hammered. We also got R2-D2 and C-3PO. They're kind of hiding out from the rest of the battle. Then moving on to like the surrounding area of this tree. There's a couple stormtroopers there. Then finishing into the path, which is the next part. So the next part of this, guys, is this pathway that we built here. We really wanted to make it look like a really beaten down path. I know it's not 100% accurate to like the movie, which is fine. But we figured using some tan and dark brown pieces to kind of differentiate it from the rest of the train. I think it turned out pretty good. It was actually my brother's idea to make a giant path, like the ATSTs kind of made a, like, beat down the path over time. So that was really cool. We did build a stairway down, and the bunker was actually elevated. I know it's not accurate either, but we also did build this kind of tree in the surrounding area. My brother built this entirely really cool, like, sniper nest that he got going on there. He had a trooper kind of shooting at those Ewoks over there that have those bow and arrows. So he's about to take a shot from them. We have a bunch of stormtroopers in this area kind of running out to the battle. Kind of a messy battle going on here. You can imagine that kind of happening in the movie. So that was something really cool we were able to incorporate. We got a Ewok jumping on that officer right there. We got a bunch of Ewoks in this corner shooting some bow and arrows at the stormtroopers here. And obviously there's a bunch of Endor troopers in this area fighting off some of the stormtroopers. Then the surrounding area by the landing pad's kind of bland. I wish we could have done more with that area, but it was kind of an in-between area. We didn't want to have 3 tall objects surrounded by another tall object, so we kind of had to just leave it like that, or it wouldn't have made sense with the rest of the mock. One thing, guys, I actually forgot to mention was this kind of tree here. This is the shortest tree of the bunch. You can probably tell right off the bat. We just kind of ran out of parts, but we made it the size we could, so I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, guys, this path was really impressive to make, kind of incorporating it with the hill and the surrounding trees and terrain. That was really cool to make. So let's move on to the next part of the video. Now moving on to this last part of the terrain that you guys see here, we do have a really cool bay area that's kind of on the back side of the base. My brother really did a nice job designing that door. We'll show you how that moves in a second when we open up the base area. But we also have this kind of opening, like, landing pad area. We got a couple stormtroopers kind of running out to the direction of the battle. Obviously, they're headed that way, but they're going to turn around. We also have a crash speeder in that really cool and tall tree that we got going on there. I do believe that is the second tallest tree in the mock, so it's really cool. You also notice that we got a trail from the ATST that it has made. That's the one that Chewbacca has kind of hijacked. That's a really cool detail that we really wanted to recreate in the mock. We also got some kind of crushed logs underneath that ATST's foot, so that's a really cool detail. And the last thing that you guys probably will notice right off the bat here is this kind of satellite. Really nice design. My brother was able to build for that. We got Thor over there, because why not? But yeah, I'm really happy with how that satellite turned out. Obviously, the real one on Endor with the shield generator is much larger, but we didn't have the pieces to make it any bigger or the room, so we just had to go with what we went with. So now we'll kind of move on to the base. Alright guys, so now we're going to show you this door opening up here. My brother's just opened that, so that's what the inside of that hangar looks like once it is opened. It's not 100% accurate to the movie, but this is kind of like an open speeder rack area, bay area for this mock. Really cool. You guys can see some of the light details and details on that door. So it is a pretty wide door. It is actually a circular shape, which is really cool. We got some details in the back there with these kind of like tile work, orange pieces. We got a supercomputer. There's only one stormtrooper that is kind of fighting off these 2 Endor troopers that have made it to this part of the base. We got one of those mouse droids, got a Rex speeder here, also some other hangar details on the side. Also, you guys may notice these kind of banner parts there. Those are really cool details that we were able to get into the mock. So now if we lift up this top portion of this, actually before we do that, I'll show you the top portion of it. We got Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. When they are kind of brought into this scene, Luke Skywalker is obviously presented to Darth Vader. He's kind of trying out his lightsaber. Got a few officers kind of in this upper area. It's not 100% accurate because obviously the door's there, but we made it work anyways because we wanted to incorporate that scene. Got some cool gun racks there. Tried to stay original to the set as much as we could, at least. We got the Death Star there, kind of just showing you the shield generator around it, so that's really cool. Now if we take off this top part, we'll be able to see the kind of bottom part of this mock, which is, in my opinion, my favorite part. My brother did a very good job designing this kind of interior space using a lot of really cool orange pieces and tile pieces to kind of create a cool generator scene. We definitely got a lot of minifigures in this area. I remember this being one of my favorite scenes in the movie when Chewbacca like throws the guy over the thing and they have all these guys holding their hands up. But they are setting the charges on these detonators. We got Leia back there and a couple other Endor troopers and Han, obviously. Obviously, this is the design from the Lego set. We just built a couple extra ones to make it look like it was a lot longer. So that is definitely a really cool part of this mock. Moving down this hallway, guys, we have a stairway that leads up to the top part. Once we put that back on, you'll be able to see how that kind of blends into there. We also have a barrack, which is completely empty because all the stormtroopers are up and about throughout the mock. So I just figured we'd kind of throw that in there just to make this a little bit more realistic. There are a lot of helmet racks for the stormtroopers. And then the last part of this interior is this kind of hallway scene. Kind of lackluster. We didn't have enough minifigures to kind of fill this out as much as we wanted, but we figured there would be a couple of stormtroopers kind of moving from that back part of the hallway through this as they're trying to kind of cover for them while they're setting these detonators. So again, kind of a smaller part of this build, but definitely nonetheless we made it work. My brother designed that kind of wall piece right there. Really blends nicely with the color theme that we got going on. Before we put on the mock top again, I wanted to show you guys kind of the technique we used. I believe it's called just plating technique, where you just put a bunch of tiles and then a couple plates, so you were able to kind of easily remove a top building part. So that worked out really nicely. We also built these kind of rock details surrounding the base, which made it look really natural and cool, like a bunker. Obviously, it's a stairway, so it's not 100% accurate, but it does kind of just snap right into there. As we thought, the kind of base being elevated made it look a lot more like presentable, made it really pop from the rest of the mock. So yeah. Some other details that you may have missed earlier, guys, is this kind of fighting scene here. We have a couple officers kind of instructing the stormtroopers to take some shots at these Ewoks over here that have these bow and arrows kind of hiding out in this corner. Kind of surprise attacking them. We got some of the Ewoks kind of throwing some rocks. I think I showed you guys that earlier. In this corner, though, we do have a Endor trooper kind of taking a rocket launcher shot. I'm pretending like he's about to shoot like either a group of guys or maybe that speeder there. But that's really cool. We also got Han and Leia kind of in this front part of the base. If you guys remember from the movie, Leia gets shot there. So that was something we really wanted to recreate. We also have like a turret over here that was taken over. They shot the stormtrooper that was there, and they're kind of ready to arm that because there's a speeder coming right at them. So that was another really cool detail we were able to get into this mock. And the minifigure placement I thought worked out very well. It is a large mock, so there's a lot of dead space kind of in between. But that's just the reality with larger builds, that there ends up being a lot of spaces just because of the size of some of the larger vehicles and trees. We didn't want to overload it with too many tall structures, so we kind of kept it basic on that part. But yeah, guys, overall, this was a very fun project for me and my brother to tackle. We've always wanted to create the Endor bunker mock, and we finally did it, and it took a long time to do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this mock series as it unfolded. Again, it was 7 weeks long, so definitely went a lot quicker than I thought it would, but we're really happy with the end results, and we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, as always, remember to subscribe to Saber Brick Studios. I make stop motions, other mocks, haul videos, you name it, I make it. So, alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.